It's a little light today. Oh, there it goes. One sided.
It's got a stack of paper or whatever it is.
Huh? This? Let it down.
It's all right.
No, it's that's showing, isn't it?
No, you're good.
Good afternoon, everybody. Wow. Hello. No, this live video is going to be between me and Miss Evelyn. Would you call Sean? Text Evelyn too. Hey, Miss Evelyn. Are you on here? Hello, everybody. Trying to get Miss Evelyn. Hello, I'm waiting for Miss Evelyn to join me. Trina joined. Where is Mom? Trina joined, but E hasn't joined. Oh, I can't even type. Drake, don't leave. Because you may have to call Miss Evelyn. Because I'm trying to text and it's taking me forever to text. I see Trina has joined.
They can hear you.
They can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if they can hear me, they ought to be going to do what I ask them to do. Drake, come here.
I'm ready.
Huh?
Yeah.
Tell her to request to join. I keep messing up the words. I cannot type. I'm going to have to put it without the thing. If they can hear me, where are they? Come on, Miss E. We waiting on you. Trina, tell your mama to join in this thing. She is. I don't see her. I know she's busy cooking. I don't see a request for mama to join. Come on, Miss E. Maybe she... Come on, what's going on?
What's up, Sean? No, I just heard she was trying to type in the message to Trina to tell her mom to sign up to the request. That's why I couldn't see her phone going.
Miss E, are you here?
She's still not on yet.
It says Evan Braxton Chronicles joined. But she has to request. See, that says the only thing I got is Evan Braxton Chronicles joined. See?
Yeah.
But
Is that her page?
That's not her page. No, her page is Miss Evelyn.
Yeah, she's by herself.
I'm by myself.
No.
And we're supposed to be cooking with Miss E.
On her page.
Hi, Marley. That's my grandbaby. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? How's Philly? Oh.
Sean's working on Miss E.
I thought Trina was there with her. Hi, Marley. I don't want to wave with that hand because I got a broken finger. You know it's time, and I just read in California today that they have traced the virus back to the nail salons. And I was about to call and go get a nail appointment. I guess I have to have somebody come to my house. We were going to cook with Miss E today, and I'm waiting for her. In the meanwhile, I hope everybody is staying safe, that you're practicing your social distancing, that you are staying at home except when it's an absolute necessity, and you're not in the streets, that you're learning to enjoy your family and friends together, a little bit learning to enjoy your family being in the same household with them all day long. I have been at home since March 14th. I have not been in the air. I have not been on a boat. I have not been on a car. Let me answer Trina. Hey, back on. It's in another request. It's in a request to join. It should be fine now. I don't see it. Right there. That's her name. There it is right there. Request.
With that boom,
There you are. Yay! We did it. We did it.
boom.
We did it.
I
All right.
a cup of
What?
coffee after that. Thank God for Jesus.
I told you, see.
Yes.
I've done it again. I've gotten a little ahead of you on this techie stuff.
Girl, I've been here, just sitting here waving at you. Hey.
Oh, sitting here waving at me. Hi, sister.
Hi, my wonderful sister. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm better now that I'm talking to you. So what you cooking up for us today? What you cooking up for us today?
Nothing today. I finished yesterday. I made 50 recipes.
Really?
Yes, I'm relaxing today.
Oh, I thought you were going to cook with us today.
Well, no, it's all about you today.
Oh, no, it's about us, girl. Now, let me tell you, 50 recipes? Can I get one
One of
or
my
half of one?
I'm sorry.
Can I get one or half of one?
What you want me to do? Cook?
Uh, no, tell me a recipe real quick, an easy one. Don't
Well,
not anything.
the easiest one, all of them was kind of difficult. Let me see. What's the easiest? The easiest. Macaroni and cheese.
Oh, now you know I beat you on that.
Well, girl,
Yeah, I beat you on macaroni and cheese. That's my specialty.
oh, yeah, that may be your specialty, but it's in the
Uh-huh.
book.
Oh, okay. Let's see it. I'm gonna get the book. When is the book coming out?
Probably in a few months, hopefully.
And what's the name of
I'm sorry.
and what's the name of it?
Cooking with Miss E.
All right now. Now I know you got one special thing that you do that I had never heard of before until I met your little country butt. Something called a freedom pie. What the devil is a freedom pie?
Oh, the freedom pie. Now that's
Yeah.
a long story, but it's a good recipe, and it's very knowledgeable, and it goes all the way back to my great grandparents. What happened was my great grandmother came out of slavery at the age of 8, and she said
Wow.
that she was already spoiled. Now, when she died, she was 116 years old.
116.
116.
So you may be around.
I'm
You may be
sorry,
around that long. You may be around that long.
she was 116. Now, when she died, I was 16. So
Wow.
that's been a few years ago.
Just a few years. Just a few
It
years
is.
because you're only 39.
So she
Because
told
you're
us
only
about
39
absolute and holding.
and holding.
So she told us about the story that when she was 8 years old, they were just fresh out of slavery, but she was already spoiled. I didn't understand at that time what she meant as spoiled because I was a little girl, less than
Right.
16, I was a little girl, and she told me what that meant with the massa. Okay. And what
Oh.
happened was her father vowed that he would never, neither will his family go back into slavery. So they hid out during the daytime. And at night they would find, well, during the day, at night they would find an old abandoned shack and what have you. And Grandpa would go to different farms. And during that time, they called it gleaning the fields. And you know what it means by gleaning the fields? You take what's left that's in the fields.
Okay.
And Grandpa brought that to the shack. And Grandma, well, he bought a few eggs, he bought white potatoes, he bought sugar cane and that type of thing. Didn't have the sugar in bags at that time. You had
Right.
sugar cane. And so what happened?
Hey, everybody.
My
I'm listening
grandmother,
to you.
huh?
I'm listening.
My great grandmother made
Mm-hmm.
a sweet potato pie. Okay. And what Granddaddy did, he held the sweet potato pie, not sweet potato, white potato pie up. And he called it
Yeah.
a freedom pie. And he said,
Yeah.
we will never, ever again go back in slavery. Now, let
Oh,
me tell
wow.
you what's in it. There's sweetness in it, which is pineapple.
Oh.
There are nuts in it showing the hard time, the hardship. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So it's in our family, and every holiday I make it. And everyone in my family, if you're
Yeah.
visiting the holiday, you have to eat a sliver because it represents the freedom of my family.
Isn't that wonderful? I know the freedom pie. Now, somebody just asked, were we blood sisters? So I guess that should have answered your question because I don't know anything about Grandpa's recipe and Grandma doing that. So,
Well,
but
you know,
we are
you're
definitely,
adopted, for God's
we're
sake.
sisters at heart. We're adopted. We're chosen. We've chosen each other. And we couldn't be closer. Our mamas and daddy, our sisters and brothers don't know the difference. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
but so what have you been doing during this coronavirus shut-in, girl? We look. Remember, we grew up in church. We used to have shut-ins. Did you go to those shut-ins? You went, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, we had
And you had to.
shut-ins.
So you've been having any shut-ins, staying in the house on your knees all day, praying with the children, praying with Trina and Bond and anybody.
Well, no,
How y'all been shutting
I don't
in?
stay on my knees all day, but I will sit and pray, or I will
Yeah,
lie down and pray, because you know I'm 39 and holding, and these old knees and this old
baby.
building keep on leaning, you know.
Isn't it
So
wonderful that the Lord will hear our prayers sitting, standing,
either or.
leaning, no matter where we are? Remember, when I was younger, I used to believe that the only way you could pray was you had to be on your knees. They made us
No,
believe that you had to be on your knees. How terrible was that? And I mean, sometimes I didn't feel like getting on my knees and I'd go to bed and I'd say my prayers in the bed. And then before the night was over, I felt so bad. I had to get up and get out the bed and get back on my knees. Did you go through that?
I did, I did,
Yeah,
I did. But as I got older, like you just said, God hears your prayers. It doesn't matter. You can be
that's right.
driving your car. It doesn't matter. You can be in the room with a group of people and still allow the prayers to go forth. So He doesn't care.
I'm glad
We
to know
put
that.
all these traditions on ourselves.
Because, baby, I can't get down on these knees to pray anymore.
I know you
I,
can.
no, but I can pray now.
That's what I
And I
know.
do that.
Well, you know I
Yep.
know because you're always praying for me. Thank you so much. Thank
Yeah,
God
we
for
pray
that.
for each other. That's the
Yes,
beauty
we
of
do.
sisterhood is that we pray for each other. We hold each other up in prayer. We lift each other up. But I've been cooking, and you know that's not what I do. That's your specialty again. You're the cook, and I'm the eater. So can you believe that? That's you see the difference in size, the cooker and the eater. Can you believe I've been cooking during this shut-in? I've been cooking.
What?
Yes.
Girl,
At least 4 days a week. Can you believe that?
no,
I
you
couldn't
can't.
believe it either.
But I
I
believe
couldn't
it.
believe it either. Yeah, and I've been cooking greens and cornbread
God,
and chicken and meat, what do you call it? Meatloaf and turkey wings and cabbage. Girl, I've been cooking, but I haven't cooked one dessert. You believe that?
No.
I haven't. I got a lot of lemons and said I was going to make that icebox lemon pie. Remember what we call the icebox lemon pie?
Absolutely.
I bet they don't know what an icebox lemon pie is. You want to tell them? I don't know if I want to
But
tell
I
my secret.
forgot how to make it. Send me the
Oh,
recipe.
it's a bunch of, it's lemon juice, fresh lemon juice, lemon rinds that you grate, and the boards, any kind of condensed milk.
Right.
And you cook that up with some eggs and some milk and the lemon flavor and some vanilla flavor, and you mix that all up real well together. And then you put it over some what you call them things, vanilla wafers. You put them over some vanilla
Oh
wafers.
yeah. Okay.
Your little spoiled, your little spoiled brat is Kiana is saying, pull your camera down a bit so we can see your beautiful face.
Is that
That's
for
what
you
your
or for
spoiled
me?
brat Kiki. That's for you. That's what Kiki is saying. Pull the camera down a little bit so we can
Pull the
see
camera
all of
down.
your face.
Y'all need to
There you
see
go.
it.
Oh,
There you
that's
go.
good.
There you
All
go.
right now, show it all now. Let's show all that beauty.
It's
Isn't
just
it
the
wonderful to
look.
have young people around to help keep us together?
I thank God for them. I'm telling
I
you,
do.
they are incredible. And you know what?
Yeah.
They keep us young.
They do. They do. And just like I've been forced to do this, not forced, but I was challenged to start these Instagram lives from my niece, that little bad one, Kiki, and from Sean, my publicist. They like, Miss E, come on and do it. Come on, Judge, do it. And I was like, okay, no, I'm not doing that. Of course, I'll do what I always do,
Yeah,
resist,
yeah.
resist until it hit me one day. And I said, oh, okay, let's try it.
Let's try it. And you're
I
doing a
tried.
good job.
My first one was with Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah, I
Remember
know.
that? Girl, that was exciting. But it's nothing like this one, though.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. I love
Yeah.
Tiffany's spirit. She has such a wonderful, vibrant spirit. I love it. I love that little girl. Well, you're not
Who,
calling
Kiki?
everybody little girl.
Yeah, I know. But the beauty of it is what I am thankful for when we're talking about friendship. I'm also thankful for being around young people, but not just being around them. A lot of people aren't as blessed as we are because we have our children, we have our grandchildren, we have nieces and nephews, and they all love us. I know you're a favorite on your side. I'm a favorite on my side.
Absolutely.
And I'm just surrounded by the love of all of these younger people, and they teach me. And sometimes when we get older, we don't want to learn from other people. We don't want to learn from the young people. But
So true.
I love that they teach me so much. And
Yes, they do.
I'm just like, I'm open up now. It's like, okay, what else can I learn? Come on, let's go.
Absolutely. They are incredible. And the good part about it is that in teaching us, they also let us know when we are wrong. And I like
Yes.
that. I
Now,
really
you need to expound on that. You like your youngins telling you when you're wrong.
Yeah,
Really?
because you can't be right all the time. And
Hmm.
especially, you get a certain age, you kind of set in your ways. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about you. Not
I know
you.
you're not. Because that's not me. No,
I'm
because my
just
ways
saying.
change all the time. That's not
I'm
me.
just
But
saying.
yeah. In general, those other people,
The other
not
people,
us. Yes,
the other
yes.
people,
Yeah.
not
The
maybe
OPP.
not us, maybe not
Uh-huh.
us.
Yeah.
But the good thing about it is they'll say, well, that's not how you do it. You don't do it that way. Even with this technology,
Right.
you can't do it this way. This is the way you do it. And I am just so happy about that because I'm like you, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a
Yeah.
lot. I have a young lady that works with me, Audra. She used to work with me years ago, but she's
Mm.
back and she's on top of everything when it comes to technology. She set all
Yeah.
of this up. She makes sure my dates are right. I'm like, look at God.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and we need that. And that's what I told Sean. I said, Sean, every time I turn around, you got me doing something and that I haven't done before, and you push me. And I really like that. He was the first person who ever got me to the East Coast during the wintertime. Our first trip out, January, going to New Jersey and going to some event in New York. We driving from New Jersey to New York, and it starts snowing. And I was like, Sean, it's snowing. I don't like to ride in snow. I'm scared. He's like, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. But he has pushed me, and he
Yeah.
has challenged me to do new and different things. And I really appreciate that. But I love the fact that, yeah, now I'm not as easy as you about when our children tell us things and tell us when we're wrong. I've learned to accept it, but it took a while to learn
Yeah,
to accept that. Now I have
yeah,
to tell the truth.
yeah.
Took a
Because it's
while.
kind of hard. It's kind of hard.
And it's especially when they don't say it in the right way.
Now
Now
you
they got to
have to
come
say
at,
it in the right way if you're talking to
yeah,
me. Now,
yeah,
let's keep it real. You're not gonna. Wait, that's not how you do it. Wait a minute now, baby.
that's right.
You get yourself together.
Yeah,
Not gonna say it. But say, Miss E, that's not how you do it. Let's try it this way, or let's try it that way. It's a
right.
way to introduce anything. And so, hey,
Yeah,
you won't have any problem with me, and I appreciate you.
I
But
do.
now you're
I
not
was.
gonna come and rebuke me now. We don't roll that way.
We don't roll like that.
Uh-uh.
But the hardest part is when children are going over their lives and you're going over yours, and you think that I did such a great job, and you don't see all of your faults, and you don't realize what you did wrong, and then suddenly you get a little text, or you get a phone call, or you get a letter, or you get something that reminds you, say, Mommy, remember when you did that? Hurt me. It's like, oh my God. Now you talking about painful,
Yes,
but it's necessary pain.
it's
So if
necessary.
I feel the pain at her telling me, or my children telling me what I did, you can imagine the pain they're feeling because of what was done. So but it makes me cry, and
Yeah,
it just really hurts my heart. But then I just go back and check myself and say, God, all I can say is please forgive me, and acknowledge that, yeah, you did that. You sure did. You may not have meant to, but yeah, you did that.
yeah,
So, and ask to
yeah.
be forgiven, because I can't go through life crying about the past,
You
but
really
I
can't.
can certainly I can make the future better.
And the thing is this. We didn't come here being a parent. It's
No.
on the job training, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Some days we may do very well with it, and another day we may not. So whatever we've done, I'm talking about parents that love their children, because there's
Right.
a lot of parents now just out of control. And
Right.
a lot of things that was done was not done intentionally.
Right.
Trial and error. So hopefully you won't hold it to my charge. And this is what I feel also. Take all the negative things I've done,
Right.
turn it
And
into a positive,
make sure
and
you don't
make
repeat it.
yours better. How about
And make
that?
sure you don't repeat it. Make sure
That's
you don't
all.
repeat it.
Just don't repeat it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just remember, I'm not perfect. I'm just human. Just like
Yeah.
you. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less.
But the difference is on the job training, and we make mistakes. The difference is that we're better at it as grandmas. I know that.
I should have been
I'm
a
much better at
grandparent
it.
first. If I was a grandmother first, girl,
Uh-huh.
I would have been perfect. How about that?
Somebody said that we always have their best interests at heart. Yeah, I do it out of love. Whatever I do for my children, my grandchildren, nieces, nephews, not just them, any child. Whatever I do it out of
Do it
love. I
out of
do it
love.
out of a concern for trying to make life better for you, and doing things in your best interest. What I believe is in your best interest, and it's not always in your best interest, although that's what I believe.
But
Yeah.
what I'm finding out as I
What's that?
get older, I'm becoming a I'm becoming a crybaby.
Oh, I've always been one.
I'll cry at a drop of a hat.
I've
Sometimes
always been
I'm
one.
one word away from a tear. I'm like, what
Yeah.
is this all about, for God's
That
sake?
look, they tease me all the time. I'm all, the tough girl, but I'm really a crybaby. It's like that video that was going around about the way the cop was beating that young man.
Oh
When I
God.
saw the first two hits, I couldn't look at it anymore. I just couldn't look at it anymore. It was like, this is utterly ridiculous. But it's big old 300-pound something snatching up this little 15-year-old kid, and he down on the ground already and just beating him. See,
Beat
that's when
him.
I want.
So
Oh, that's when I wish I had a stick and I could have been there. I think I would have gotten arrested, because if I had been there and seen that, I think I'd have gotten me a stick and started beating the devil out that cop across his back, because that was absolutely insanity. It doesn't take that much
no, it
to get a 15-year-old kid subdued with all of your training and experience. Oh my God.
and
Hi,
it's
Keisha.
sad. You
Yeah, it
know
was
what really bothers me? I'm sure you heard about a
hi.
young man that was jogging, and
Yeah.
the mom, the father and the son killed that boy. Now, this
Yeah.
is how I see it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I think they sat at the table and they said, "Hey, let's go kill us one."
Mm-hmm. Like they used to do in slavery days. Let's go hunt
Absolutely.
one. Let's go fight.
I
Let's go
don't.
hunting.
I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that's the first time they've seen that little boy or young man jogging.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so what they did, they knew what time he would be there. Okay. They're
Yeah.
following him. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
And the
I don't think it
young
was
man had
accidental.
his jogging clothes, probably had this
Mm-hmm.
thing in his ear and what have, just jogging. So now you saying that the young man looks suspicious. Come
Yeah,
on.
because he
So
did
you're
because
going
he
to,
was black. That's why he looked. That was his
that's why
suspicion.
he looked absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get
Simple,
out the
simple as
car.
that. Simple as that. Mm-hmm.
You got
It's
you're in a
ridiculous.
truck, a pickup truck. You got a gun, a rifle back there. Come
Right.
on. You had all intentions of
To
killing
go hunt.
that young boy. Come on.
That's
And
right.
I am sick of it. I cried like a baby. Because you
Yep.
know what? I have 9 grandsons and 1 son. And the danger is that the fact that they're black, and I'm
Yes.
fed up with it.
Yeah.
Fed up.
It is. I'm just sick of it. It just sickens me. And I'm in the legal field, and it really hurts me to know that the justice system, the jurors, the judges, the prosecutors still don't take things like this seriously when it happens to one of us. The lady in Dallas opened her salon and she wasn't supposed to. They let her go. I saw some young people here at opening up a business. They were arrested. It's those kinds of little injustices that I am just so tired of. And I don't know when and what it's going to take to make people believe that we are mistreated simply because of the color of our
About
skin.
skin.
And that has to end. And I tell you what, I am going to be on the forefront for it. I
Absolutely.
am tired of it. I am going to speak out more against this injustice.
Good.
I really have the good mind to start representing these people when they get arrested like that and get beat like that. It's just, I got to do something because it's
Got
just really getting under my skin. I mean,
to. I can't take it.
it's ridiculous. The law is there, and I mean, I'm a believer in obeying the law of the land. Anybody who knows me will tell you that. I tell people I'm not going to do anything against the law. I'm not going to allow you to trick me into doing anything that's against the law. I'm not going to protect you in your wrongdoing. I'm not going to lie for you. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not doing any of that. And there's a consequence to your disobedience and consequences to your, disrespect and not obeying the law. But these killings, that's what they are, just flat out killings.
That's all
And
it is.
if this prosecutor and the police department, if these men are not prosecuted for that, now that's going to be ridiculous. That is going to be ridiculous. And I don't know, but we got to get ready we need to make sure we flood our congressional people. We flood that city, that state with requests that those 2 men be prosecuted. It's
Have to.
just sad.
It's awful. For me, rednecks. I'm sorry. It,
Mm-hmm.
it, I'm just so fed, and I'm afraid for my children. I'm
Yeah.
afraid for someone else's children and their
Right.
children and their grandchildren. The mere fact, and their sons, the mere fact that you are born black is a
Yeah.
crime. And
Right.
because you're born black, you have to die, for God's sakes.
Yep. Yeah.
And no, they're not doing anything about it.
Yep. They got to do something. Somebody said, I know they got arrested, no bond, but that's just an arrest. Now we got to wait for a trial. We got to wait for a bond hearing where they may set the bond. So we have to keep the pressure on that they remain in jail with no bond. And then we got to make sure that we got to keep the pressure on that they are tried, that they don't talk about insufficient evidence to hold them or to bind them over for a trial. So it's a lot of steps in there. We have to keep the pressure on until they are convicted. And then this is a death penalty case if I've ever seen one.
These people committed that crime in February.
What do you need to do? You need to write to those, you need to write to the congressional people. You need to write to the prosecutors in that town. You need to stand up. You need to get on this social media and just blast it out and say, you know, justice for Arbery, that the men, no bond for no bond for the perpetrators, no bond for the defendants, and just stay on
You have
it. We
to,
just have to stay on it.
because something, there has to be a change. There
Yep.
must be a change. And you know,
Yeah.
everybody talk about, you know, oh well, we're in a different time. So these things that really happen, they only happen in the 60s. They only happen in the South. Come on, people. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, we can put petitions together and sign them. Yes, Kiana, that's a good idea too. Yeah, we have to recognize that it's still happening. And for our young people to think that we're completely free, yes, we've done a lot. And there have been a lot of changes in America. It's not as bad as it was during our day. It's not as bad as it was during our grandparents' days. And I'm going to go back to that. When you say your grandmother said she was spoiled, I know somebody doesn't know what that means. Let's
Spoiled.
teach them some history.
That means
Tell her what that means.
she was raped.
There you go.
Taken advantage of by the massa.
By the white master. Raped. That's what it was.
That means
And they couldn't call it
8-year-old.
rape then. They call it spoiled. And we're going through the same changes again now. They really they think that we're no. Let me just get off that subject. What we doing for Mother's Day, girl?
I don't
Hey,
know.
Tamar and Trina and all of you.
I don't know.
What we gonna do? What your kids got planned for Mother's Day? They surprising you?
I don't know. Trina asked me today, said, Mom, what you want for Mother's Day? I said, actually, nothing. I said, but since it's tradition, you know, go ahead and get me whatever you want.
Just make sure it's something big, right? Just make sure it's something big.
Do whatever you want to do. I mean, you know, since, you know, you feel you have to. Okay.
You know, I'm just so tired of I'm tired of the fact that we've been in this house. Now, you know, my birthday, April 23rd, I did the virtual birthday celebration. It was real nice. It was real nice. And my brother just said, what you guys gonna do for Mother's Day? I said, I don't know. But guess what? You know, I've been on a cleaning mood too. Your sister been over here. Girl, this got to her up and in. But if I keep doing this, maybe I'm getting myself ready for a husband. What you think? What you think? You think I'm getting myself ready for a husband, girl?
You're not going to do too much for that husband. I can that.
Baby, that's what I'm doing.
You want but you're in the house. But you're not going to do too much for that husband. I'm telling y'all right now. Baby, she's going to treat you well. She's going to love you. You know, she's going to adore you and respect you. But don't get it twisted.
But girl, let me tell you what I just did. I have a closet that I put some boxes in when I moved to this house 30-something years ago, almost 30 years ago. And I put my memorabilia, you know, the pictures and all the pictures that was on the wall at the house, at the other house, the kids' pictures from baby childhood to then, and all kind of pictures that we've taken over the years. And they were in boxes, and they've been in this closet, along with my hats and some other things. We went through that yesterday trying to clean it out. And so it's 2 big boxes of pictures. I said, okay, for Mother's Day, I'm going to sit in this living room. I'm going to go through these boxes since I can't go anywhere else. And I'm just going to reminisce. And I'm going to pull out picture after picture after picture and say, look. And I hope the girls will come over and join me. And we'll just have a good reminiscing day of life, you know, back when. Because, you know, they do that when you're dead. You know, people going through all the pictures. Look at Mommy. Look at this, what we did with Mommy. Look at this, what we did with Mommy. So we can do it now. We can do it now. Shoot. They don't have to wait till I die. Let's just pull out the pictures and look at and recall our days together now. Oh, look when we went here, and look when we did this. Look when we celebrated Christmas this year, and look what we did for Easter that year. Let's look at it now.
Along with you, so you can explain it also. Well, that time this happened and what have you. So
we can give the stories behind the pictures, you know.
Sounds good. Sounds good. You got it all planned.
Yeah, I got it planned, but I don't know. Best laid plans of mice and men fail. You know my children. I don't know what they have planned. You know,
Absolutely.
and I never know. I usually plan my own Mother's Day, just like I'm planning this, because we can't go anywhere.
Well, I tell you what, girl, you have had a blast of a party now. When we did that, what was
Birthday,
it?
the
Yes,
virtual
ball.
birthday celebration.
I had a
That was
ball.
fun.
And we
Yeah,
danced and everything.
yeah,
We were in our own privacy, but it was
yeah.
great.
I put out there that the good thing about that was I don't know how other people do, but when I plan a party, I plan on my guest list is like I go through and we all have a lot of friends and we have them from different, time periods and different ages, different colors, different ideas, different whatever. And I go through and it's like, oops, can I put this one with this one today? No, they can't go in the same room together.
We're going to
Oh no, this one don't like that. What am I gonna serve? Oh, she's a vegan, she's a veggie, she's a pescatarian, she's a carnivorous. She don't eat but a little bit. Oh, she doesn't eat bread. She doesn't eat.
uh-huh.
She gluten free. Oh, the good thing about that virtual party, I didn't have to worry about any of that.
Any of that.
Everybody ate whatever they wanted to eat,
That's
and
right.
they
That's
were
right.
in their
I
own houses. Dude,
ate chips, potato
you
chips.
ate chips. I ate that good old coconut cake.
Oh, yeah,
Ooh,
you
I got
did,
that good
didn't you?
coconut cake that
Oh,
Miss
my
Vita
God.
sent from
No,
Chicago.
see,
That's what I ate. What
oh,
I shouldn't have
yeah.
been eating, but she sent me my favorite cake. What's your
Coconut,
favorite cake?
coconut cake,
What's your favorite?
cake.
Oh, any kind. Any kind.
Cake. How about that?
Yeah.
I've been fighting it though because I'm diabetic and I've been
Oh, I didn't know you were you mean you diabolical?
I'm diabetic.
You
Diabetic.
diabolical.
And I'm doing so well with it, I think.
You sure are.
I'm
You
doing
you
really
really
well
you
with
could
it.
be a spokesperson for it because you one of the few people I know who are diabetic and who watch what they eat all of the time
Oh,
and who do not just indulge in anything and everything and decide, oops, I'm gonna eat all this, then I'm gonna take that
yeah.
insulin. Shoot themselves up with that insulin. That's not the way it's supposed to be
No,
done. So
no,
I
no,
really
no. But then,
appreciate that about you.
but
You could
no,
teach a few more people that's diabolical how.
yeah. But then my kids are so strict also. And
Thank
I
you. Somebody says you're
what?
so beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're both
They
beautiful.
they
Your
have
children are what?
my kids. They have the grandchildren trained.
Oh, real. Oh, they have the grandchildren trained about you.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Oh, so everybody looks out for you.
Everybody watch my mom and see what. Oh,
Oh,
so what did you eat today, my mom? Eric asked me
mhm.
the other day, well, my mom, what were your numbers today?
Oh, really?
I'm like, uh-huh.
So now they ask you the numbers.
119. Oh, that's great. That's great. Oh, you've been eating well.
Thank you.
I said, yes, I have. Thank you so much, grandson. And
Okay.
even Logan, my mom, what did you eat today? I said to my
So
son, I know he's not talking.
yeah, and he the baby, 7. I mean 6, not quite 7 yet.
Almost 7.
Yeah,
He's
next
6.
month.
He wants to go to Texas for his birthday so we can go to the water park.
No, we're not doing all that.
I'm not going
Not in this pandemic. No water park. Mm-mm. No, no.
Brookie and Braxton, they're checking in too. My mom, you okay? My mom, did you
Mm.
rest well last night? Yes, I did. My mom, what did you eat? And I'm like, here we go again. But I appreciate it.
Yeah. Somebody asked me about my show. I got a new show. It's called, well, it's not new now. It's Justice with Judge Mablean. It can be seen on throughout cable television. You just have to check your local channels for
Okay.
time and channel. And speaking of that, Braxton Family Values is coming back soon, is it not?
We're coming back soon. Absolutely.
That's right.
And not only that, but you can see me every Friday at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock Eastern time,
Yeah.
5 o'clock EST.
Yeah.
Okay, for those of you who don't know how to convert it, just ask Google.
Absolutely. And it's a little different. It's very different. I
It's
use
gonna be different.
food to compare life. And
Relationships?
yeah.
Oh, That's going to be interesting. And
Yeah,
see how much we have in common. She's going to use food to compare relationships. I just use relationships themselves to compare relationships. But that's
yeah,
I've
absolutely,
been
and
dealing
it
with
works.
I've been dealing with relationship issues for the last 40 something years. So
Uh-huh.
that's my book, Look Deep Before You Leap.
That's right.
Judge Mablean's life lessons. But now this is going to be a new twist on it. It's going to be food. That's
Yeah.
going to be interesting. I can't wait. I'm excited for you.
Thank you so
You
much.
know that?
Thank you so
You
much.
know that.
Because food can
Yeah.
describe a lot of things, you know. Uh,
Yeah.
People feel comfortable with eating and this and that, and it's gonna work. I'm sure. I'm like, look at God.
Well, speaking of books, I mean, eating and relationships, were you ever one of those girls that when you went out, well, you don't eat much anyway, so it don't even work for you. It doesn't work for you
Well,
anyhow.
I eat
I'm the
anyway,
overeater. Okay, were you ever one of those girls that when you were dating, went out on a date, and you know you wanted to pile up your plate, and you just sit there and eat just a little bit, and then you don't even eat all of that? Do you have to leave something on the plate? Did your mama tell you that? Don't eat all your food, leave something on the plate whenever you're out on a date. Did you do that?
Maybelline, I'm married.
Justice with Judge
I
Maybelline
only
is the
had
name of my
that
show.
one.
You
Anybody
what?
home, and I married that one.
Who, Braxton?
That's it.
That was your only?
That was my first and only love.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't ask you about love. I said dates.
Well, date. We really didn't date. Not really date. He came over to the house
Really?
to visit, and because my aunt raised me basically at the age of 13. So yeah, that was it.
So that was the first man you dated.
First man I dated.
And what age were you when you started dating?
I met him at 14, and we started dating at 15. I was
What? And what, were you married at about 17 or 18?
17.
Oh, wow.
I was in love.
You
You
were showing up
in
country because
love?
that's the way the country girls did it. that's the way country, that's the way country girls did it.
I don't
you
like
were
it.
showing up. That was South Carolina. That was
Yeah,
South
I went
Carolina.
to college part-time and all that good stuff, and
Wow.
had my kids, and in college while I had my kids. Yeah, yeah. That's what
Wow.
I'm saying. If you want to do something, especially when it comes to education, you can
Do
do
it
it.
before.
You can do it if you don't do it before.
Right. I did.
Do
I
it.
got married and finished law school, but I
Yeah,
did finish
see,
undergraduate school before. But
but
17 years, oh my
I
goodness.
was a child. Yes.
Did he rob the cradle or wasn't he right
No,
there
he
saying
didn't
with
rob
you?
the cradle. A matter of fact, he's just a year older than I.
Right.
But it's
So
okay.
so you were both children.
Both children on the.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people on the job training.
On the job training.
But
That's right.
but went back to school, went back to college, and all that good stuff. You can do it. You really can. So it's
Yeah.
not like, oh, it's too late for me. I can't. No, 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 no. And
Yeah, it's not too late. And then you did that, stayed with one man, had 6 children, raised them,
35 years.
did a wonderful job, with 6 children. Now, unlike you, baby, I didn't do that. I can't. You're a better woman than me.
I'm so proud of you.
I tell everybody you're a better. I don't mind putting my head off to you. And 6 and 5 of them being girls. I ask you this question all the time. How did you survive that?
But
5 girls, because girls always competing with mama, and girls want to be like mama. They want to do what you do. I was looking through those old pictures of me and my daughter. Every hairstyle I had, if it was a big old piece of hair, she would got her a big piece of hair. If I cut it off, she cut hers off. Girls mimic mommy and want to do and act like us, want to be like us, and they get on your nerves.
But you know what they told me? That I could only have 1 or 2 children at the most.
Oh,
That's
really?
what was told to me.
So
God
you were trying to
gave me
prove them
6.
wrong?
God gave me 6. So
6
everything is done
beautiful
in
ones.
God's own divine order.
Right.
Who knows the
Hmm.
mind and the plan of God? I
Yeah.
don't. But I thank God for them. No, it was not easy. Sometimes
Your
you
children
get
say you were the
upset.
best one yet, but I have to take that, say, I was the best one.
Yeah.
No, Now here's what I'm so glad we can do this because I admire when I watch you with your. Oh, you love it when we talking on the phone together with those children. Gotta get off the phone. Gotta talk to my baby. Gotta talk to my baby. Gotta talk to my baby.
Yeah,
And then those grandchildren love you to death, and they
yeah,
call you on a regular basis, and they
yeah,
want to come by and hang out with you, and they just tell you, sit down there with you, and tell you about life and what's going on with them. These young mothers need to just take a lesson from that. And the reason they do that with us because we show them love, and
yeah.
we let them know that it's okay, and we provide, a sense of comfort.
Uh-huh.
It's comfortable right here being around grandma,
Yeah.
So,
Because my
yeah.
grandkids, they are the apple of
Hi,
my eye.
Beverly. Our sister Beverly is on. She said hi.
Hey, girl. Hey, girlfriend. Well,
Yeah.
if you would look at, who else I admire as a
Who's that?
grandparent? Ricky Smiley.
Oh, I don't know him. He's a
Oh,
grandpa.
God. He, with that grandson, he's teaching that grandson so much. It's not all, oh, come here, darling, I love you, da, 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 da. It's a little roughness with
Yes.
love, caring, understanding. And he's a boy, and everybody says,
Yeah.
why you got to treat boys so differently? Because boys are different. They're a little different.
Well,
My
they
son's
thinking
different from my girls. Let's keep
that's right. Men are from Mars, women are
love.
from Venus.
I
Tasha
love
Mika said, we're wonderful to tell you that.
who?
Tasha Mika, she
Hey,
said,
girl.
we listen to our girls, and that's why we get along so well, because we listen to our girls.
Yeah,
Yes, we do.
they're different. They're different as night and
Now, let me
day.
throw this out here. Tasha Mika, what you and Darlene planning for me? Okay.
Oh, she want to know all about that. What you guys have planned for her? You
So
know.
Ricky Smiley is a great grandfather, huh?
Well,
Great
I'm
as
a
a grandfather.
grandfather.
Great as a grandfather, right?
Oh my God. I
Hey,
watch
everybody.
him on the internet all the time with that grandbaby. He may be
Hey,
around
Bitty.
5 now. I don't know.
Hmm.
But this man is incredible. This man
It's
should be
unusual.
an example,
Yeah.
because he takes so much time. You know how a lot of times grandparents, especially men, they have to do this, they have to do that, da, 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 I don't have time. Boy, get over here. Boy, get over there. No. This man is, and sometimes he does that. He'll say,
Hey,
come here,
Bitty.
sit down.
Yeah,
That's
I
him,
know.
but he is incredible. And I need to get in touch with him and tell him he could be an excellent example for a lot of men and their grandchildren or
Yeah,
grandsons.
because so many men are not involved in the lives
No,
of
they're
their
not.
grandchildren or their children, but
Mm-mm.
that is fabulous. And he's right there in ATL near you, isn't he?
Yes, you should have him
Oh,
on
okay.
your show.
Well, look him up, girl. Okay, I'll have to call him and say, "Come on and talk to me, Ricky."
Yeah,
I'll try
he's
to.
famous. He's all right. You can catch him anytime, anywhere.
Ain't
He
no
got
more
a
famous
lady
than you.
behind him.
No more famous than you, Mama Braxton. What you
Everybody
left?
know Ricky Smiley.
I know. So I hope he'll come on. I'll try.
Oh,
Sean,
I
you
think he
listening?
will.
Contact Ricky. We're gonna try to talk to him soon.
Talk to him.
Yeah.
Talk to him.
But anyway, what else you been doing in this coronavirus days?
Well, I've been reading a lot also.
Ooh.
Yeah. What you say?
Black people don't read. Black people don't read, do
I
we?
can't stand you. I really can't. So I've been
That's
reading a
that's the
lot,
myth.
that type of thing, and thinking of recipes and just doing what I want to do.
Isn't that wonderful to be able to do that?
What walking on my treadmill. I bought a treadmill.
Oh,
A
that's
little
right. You got a new
treadmill. Yeah,
treadmill.
but Tony
Yeah,
talked me into it. Mommy, why don't you get a treadmill? Because that way you
right.
can walk on the treadmill and watch television. So that's what I did. I bought a treadmill, and Trina allowed me to put it in my room. And Trina and Vaughn have just been so wonderful. Okay. I said,
Yeah,
I need to go to the store. We'll take you. That type of thing. I said, I need to go home and check on my house. Oh, we'll take you. And I
yeah.
appreciate
They
it.
they taking you because they know you try to escape. You
I
try to
They
escape from
think I
things.
was coming. I was coming back.
You are gonna come back if they let you take yourself.
Yeah. Okay, Vaughn, Tony, they're calling me, Tawanda, telling me about my skin and all that. But I have great skin anyway, so I don't.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was
Like
talking
you,
to.
we don't
Speaking of
need
great
a
skin,
lot.
yeah, I was talking to Tawanda about her product. You
Right.
know, her Ladybug line, and I bought some, of course, and she
Yeah.
said some, and when I read it, it said something about use this one to get the dark circles from under your eyes. I said, Tawanda, why you think I need this? I don't have any dark circles. Do you see any dark circles under my eyes? Absolutely not.
I know that's right. Beautiful
Shoot.
girl. And Tracy, she's checking on me and all that kind of stuff. Hi, Ma. Just going to tell you I love you. It's just been my son, of course. Oh, my God, that boy.
So they just loving on you to death, huh?
Yeah, and I appreciate them. Thank
Yeah,
God.
but you appreciate it, but I know you trying to escape. I know I am. My daughter, my daughter calls me and said, Mama, you at home? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm at home. Mm-hmm.
So I went to the
Hey, Mark
store.
says mom has perfect skin. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know, that's that Mississippi, that's that southern skin. No, that's
The
just
skin
genetics.
girl.
That's genetics, hon. From
Yeah, girl,
eating
that's
right,
okay.
taking care of yourself. It's
But I went to
genetic.
the store with Trina and Vaughn, and of course I had to wear my mask and my gloves and all of that. If you're
Right.
going out, please put on your mask, put on your gloves, or what have you, because no one is exempt from this.
No one.
No one. I
No
don't know
one.
who you are, whether you're a celebrity or not a celebrity, whether you're poor, whether you're rich.
That's right.
Do your part, and
This
God
thing
will
has,
do the rest. How about
right.
that?
This has been an equalizer because coronavirus has been an equalizer. It has, well, it's been an equalizer, but African Americans are suffering more from it, or more of us are dying from it than other persons, and that's a number of reasons. You know, they say because we have diabetes and stuff, it's because you have it and don't take care of it. But then there's a reason why more of us have diabetes, more of us have high blood pressure, more of us have heart problems, is because of our diet. That's one thing. But look, if you don't make the money, it all goes back to economics. If you only
Absolutely.
make $100 a week, there's only certain things you can buy. You're gonna eat a lot of beans and a lot of potatoes because you have to stretch that $100. Let's just be real. I remember the days we ate a lot of beans, a lot of rice, and a lot of white potatoes. To this day, I can't stand mashed potatoes. I've eaten enough of them. I don't like rice. I've eaten enough of it. I don't like beans. But that's why we got to go back to the economics and allow and pay our people more money. Change that, that economic system. We're still, most of us, 97% of us are still getting paid slave wages in
Absolutely.
comparison to the rest of America. So when the income increases, our health can increase. And then the other problem, let's get real. We have these issues because we don't have the good medical care, because we didn't make enough money, so you can't pay health insurance. Now,
Absolutely.
I live in California where we have been pretty fortunate, and we've had the Medi-Cal system and supplemental insurance for the poor for a long time. But not every state has that.
You're
Not
right.
every state has that. And so people don't get good health care. There are people in America which should never be, that's never been to the dentist because they don't have any dental insurance and cannot afford to go to the dentist.
That's right.
They don't go for annual checkups because they don't have any health insurance and can't pay for annual checkups.
Right,
And
girl.
so, and for folks to say, well, that's because black people eat wrong and they got all that diabetes and they got happen. We have it for a reason, because, and not only that, you got more liquor stores in our community than you have in other communities. The
Absolutely.
quality of the food that you sell in our communities is less than the quality of the food. Look, I recall when I left LA to go to college in Claremont, which is a suburb of Los Angeles. Our grocery store aisles were tight, and they didn't have the signs up there, and you couldn't find stuff. You walk around the grocery store all day long. The vegetables weren't as fresh. They weren't as green looking. The bananas weren't as fresh. None of it. I went to school in Claremont, and I went to the grocery store. And that's when it's a suburban town in Los Angeles, outside of Los Angeles, in Los Angeles County,
Uh-huh.
predominantly white, predominantly upper middle class and rich. And I went into the grocery store and I saw all this space between the aisles, enough space for two people to go down each side of the aisle without bumping the cart.
That's right.
I saw the stuff on the shelves lined up very, very neatly. I saw the produce so green I couldn't believe it. And that was when I first realized there is a difference in the quality of our food that's in the Black community
Absolutely.
versus the food that's in that. And that's why I don't do the Walmart and the Food for Less shopping, because Food for Less is the leftovers that they bring, Kroger brings from its bigger stores in the better communities, and they bring it over to our community and they sell it for less because it's less,
It's less.
you know,
And
that it's less.
and I
And so ooh, that really bothers me.
right.
So we're only talking about coronavirus and that. We have to make some changes in the future about all of those kinds of things.
Right.
We got to get our legislatures to make sure that everybody has access to health insurance, have access to dental insurance, can eat well. Everybody can eat well. Talk about, we got to learn to eat vegetarian. We can't eat vegetarian. Vegetarian eating costs more to prepare that food.
Absolutely. There's a place
Yeah.
in Atlanta. You can buy anything you want. Pig feet, chitlins, this and that, anything you want, for the Black community. Okay.
Right.
And so I've gone in there a couple of times, so I'll be honest with you.
Oh yeah, I know you and your pickle pig feet lover. I know that. That's all right.
Green. But when
Mm-hmm.
I go in there, I told my girlfriend Ruby and Barbara, I said, guess where I went today? They said, where? I said, kill the Black people.
Kill the Black people. That's right.
Because if you want to die, that's the store to go to.
Yeah, that's the store to go to over and over and over.
Yeah.
So, but our politicians have done us a disservice because they're not changing that. And for people to act like now, they're just now recognizing the disparate treatment between African Americans and others. This is anything new.
And
People are just.
This store is not, it's in the ghetto. It is
Right.
not in the upscale community. How about
Right.
that?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's where you're going to find those stores.
That's right. And that's what I'm saying. It's been disparate treatment, and when they called it segregation, but just because we are now able to live in different places, that's only 1% of us. That's not the other 99% that who can do that. And we just have to make certain that people